Wow, we did the live thing, guys. We're live and stuff. I know. Your audio's not, though, so that's fucking hilarious. Classic Emily out here ruining days. You all sound beautiful now.
I think you just learnt that trick off someone called Promethean.
Yeah, weirdly, I look up to this guy because he's taller than me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have to say. Hey, welcome to Hexes and Vexes, and to Echoes of Divinity Chapter 2. If you're here, thank you. If you're not, you should be over at Cloudkill Connor's chat and stream currently. That's your only excuse. Any other excuse is invalid. No, I'm joking. Hey, but welcome to the second episode of Chapter 2. Some shit's gonna be going down. It's gonna be great. And we have new people just hanging out here as well. Before we get to the new person in the room, which is obviously Deetwenty's walking pad, we're gonna shout out really quickly that we don't have SaltQueenPlays with us this evening. Salt, if you happen to tune in, we love you very much, and hope you're feeling better. And nothing will ever go wrong with your character this session. But hey, let's go around and introduce yourselves. And shout out anything cool that you got going on. Kicking it off with Demartus Sluttiest Rogue. Promethean, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hey, hi, I'm Promethean. You can find me here both this evening and if you're able to go back in time last night for Thirsty Thursday. You'll also find me on Sunday evening running my little campaign at the Law Rights. Sword of Skulls. At least one of the people involved.
Far out. Lockie's name didn't update. Quick.
God damn
everyone
it, quick,
stop watching me.
Oh no. If you think you saw that, you didn't. Yeah, hey, the Law Rights. We'll play some D&D over there on Sunday night. It'll be a hell of a time. Everyone's name will be correct, probably.
Can I just say that I literally, I sent this to my computer. I don't know why it didn't update. That's so upsetting. Anyway, talk amongst yourselves. Someone shout out Salt. Someone pretend to be Salt and do the Salt shout out.
I'm SaltQueenPlays. I'm known mostly for laughing and being chaotic, and you won't find me streaming because I haven't really been doing that much. And you will find me also on the Law Rights when A Tale of Two Queens, run by Ashmakes Stuff, makes a return. And occasionally, if we ever get back to it, on the Bardcore BG3 or Bard's playthrough with Emily, and the DM, and Promethean. D20. Oh wait. That's nowhere high pitched enough or fast enough, and I'm sorry, Salt.
That was fucking horrifying.
It truly was. It was unhinged. I'm so sorry. D20.
Please, someone clip that, is all I can say. Hey, it's me. I'm here. I hope to entertain and upset our DM enough so she killed my character. Talera, over to you.
Nothing else? Nothing about your character?
We're buying Emily time. Come on, you got to stretch it out longer than that.
Right. Stretch it out.
I think I done it. I think I done the thing. Yep.
Yes, you have.
Thank you. I'm here. Hey.
Thing is done.
Let's hit the stop streaming button and start again. No, I'm joking. Wow. Hey Rin, welcome in. Shit, now I gotta panic because I got a celebrity in the chat. Don't perceive me. Hey Tammy, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
I'm Talera79. You can find me here, or at some point I will start running Call of Cthulhu on the Law Rights for something completely different.
Slay. We love that. Hey, we got a new guy here.
We do.
Lockie, tell us about yourself. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to? I know there's something happening on another channel that you're a part of at the moment. So yeah, tell us all the stuff.
Hey, what's good? My name's Lockie. I'm from the MimicsDen. You can find me and several others on the first season of the MimicsDen podcast, which will come out towards the end of March. We have the lovely Cloud Kill Connor in that. Eventually, we'll be moving into a bit of live streaming as well, but that's probably not till the end of the year. But socials are over on Instagram at the moment. All links will be in the tree, as they say. And I'm super pumped to be here. You can find me until Emily kills my character or I get killed by one of the other party members. We'll find out if I even survive this first session, shall we?
You deserve to be killed for inventing a thing that people say that people absolutely don't say.
What's
What?
that?
The links through the tree. No one says that.
I
Who
love
says
that. It's Linktree.
It's adorable, and I love it. I'm jealous because it's
So you're
really
gonna
cool.
kill me and take it. I get it. I
Hey,
get
look,
it.
there'll be no. There might be PvP. Who fucking knows? You guys surprise me all the
Yeah.
time.
There's almost been PvP before.
It has.
Yeah.
It really
There's been a
has.
form of PvP.
Yeah, the PvP that I'm gonna refer to now though is our recap, and it's the violence I'm about to commit on Promethean. Hey, Promethean, could you recap
you.
last sessions for us, please?
Absolutely,
And,
fuck you.
and I think like what's really important is Lockie wasn't here, so like make sure it's a really
I
detailed,
gotta know, man.
well
Come on.
thought out recap that maybe takes us back a couple of episodes.
Oh, okay, sure. Hey, we were tasked by a chick named Rayella, to investigate some shit that was going on with a drug fruit and acquire a sample of it. We did that, came back, gave it to her. She killed the queen, and then we escaped. The end.
Cool.
What the fuck was that?
Is it not accurate?
Stop blinking like that. Like, I'm simply just a little boy.
Sorry, was that not an accurate recap?
Yeah, great.
Thanks.
Deetwenty as our lore keeper, anything to add?
Just a couple of minor
Thank you.
points, which I'll be cut out of quite rapidly. Demado is a place of gods. We were tasked to get thornberry wine in many cases to find out what this thornberry and recover some thornberry for Rayla, the handmaiden to the queen, as we are in Agora at the moment. We did that. We found out that along the way that Verlender has a number of different names, a number of different personas, that Scarlet has a very curious family, and we also met a number of Scarlet's traveling troupe that also have interesting and varied backgrounds. Verlender got on very well with one called Tybella, who is an elf who just seems to particularly not like them. And there was a book that was discovered that was introduced to Marcus, so we went looking for that book. As the adventure went on, we were able to very quickly uncover all the very complicated plot by buggering around for most of it. We got back. We handed over the thornberries to it, and we saw this mystery book. Just moments later, the queen, who is the ruler of this particular kingdom, was declared dead. And Tybella, who was our hirer, came in, said we were idiots and we were the patsies for the death of the queen. We then murdered a long-term companion to the party, and thankfully we got a new one to replace him. The Verlender stabbed Ginny, someone like that, repeatedly from it.
Grommy.
We stole the book as well. No, I can't remember him,
Grommy.
in the first place. The important thing is Agora is a place where you don't do magic, and now we are hiding out in an inn that we all met in a long time ago. We're probably wanted by the Crown for, I don't know, regicide. But other than that, looking forward to what the new day brings. DM.
Wow, Promethean looks the best he's ever looked.
How dare you? Look,
I can
that's
read him like a map, though.
That's
It's
the
great.
motto.
Yeah, it is. That's the place I've built. Hey, all of that is correct. That's it. No.
Great, good job.
Last thing I really want to quickly do, because I forgot to do it in our shout out portion, for reasons that you will uncover at some point throughout time, I'd like to give a big thanks to a couple of different people. Erin from Let's Roll for Dragons, Rin Vixen, and Ash Makes Props, for reasons that you will find out about one day, sometime soon.
They're all cool people, but I don't see why that would be necessary.
Maybe you will tonight, who knows. Anyway, we'll jump back in. to the Stormy Night, which is a wow, Ash, I fail as a mod. But the Stormy Night, it's been a really long couple of days because, you know, you guys haven't actually known each other that long. It's been more than a couple of days, but it's not been weeks, months. And the events in which that you have all gone through are incredibly heavy and tiring. And so this long rest that you find yourselves taking is one that it shouldn't be as relaxing as it is. But there are no nightmares or terrors. There is nothing that awakens you or disturbs you throughout your entire sleep. Delphine and Verlender both awaken 4 hours into their rest. Tybella, who usually would wake then, doesn't and chooses to sleep the entire 8 hours. For the rest of you, long rest is taken. And finally, you awaken to the sun rising. And the air is starting to feel cooler at this time of the year. With the Emberfest now being over, it's coming into the season of Cinder. For those of you that only need to rest 4 hours, first we'll tackle Delphine. Delphine spends a chunk of the evening that remains. And you would think this would wake you, Marcus, as you awaken from your long rest. But she spends it tinkering and creating something for you.
Ooh.
A gift. She makes you a simple but nice necklace. It's gold and it hangs low because she's noticed that you like to wear your shirts very loose. It is a red rose-shaped pendant. The chains of the necklace are leaf-shaped. And she tells you that she makes it for you because she has noticed that you care for the people that you travel with like family. And for the first time, despite not traveling with you guys for very long, she sees you as hers. And she presents this necklace to you as you awaken.
And Marcus takes off these huge, what he refers to as eye blinds, which is this sleeping mask. So he gets perfect darkness, and it also helps the very large hair he has keep it some sort of intact. Delphine, this is a great surprise, and I'm deeply touched. This touches to your spirituality as well, because I believe that nature is in your blood almost.
I'm not going to do Salt's voice.
I'll do it, Promethean.
You can only do better than my
No, but
half-assed attempt.
she does look tired. She hasn't explored outside of her home, and not the Feywild, outside of her home in Maluhia for like ever. So for her, she's a little overwhelmed, and she just nods at you and gives you a smile, and basically spends the rest of the day following you around like a little lost puppy.
Delphine, unfortunately, the events of last night have led us to a very interesting juncture. And given that you're a tall, powerfully built green individual, can I just offer you this mask just to cover it? The Emberfest has just finished. There are plenty of entertainers around at the moment, and it won't hide your wonderful features, but what it might do is distract from us being readily identified, and yourself getting into problems. And again, dearest Delphine, I believe you could probably murder most of the town, but magic is forbidden here. So if you can keep the wonderful transformation you do down to a minimum, or a place where we can run, a little more effectively, that would be marvelous.
She takes the mask and also puts her hood up over her head. During the time that everyone else is asleep for you, Verlender, what are you doing?
Well, given Tybella's taking an opportunity to have an actual sleep, and how adamant she was about putting Verlender on hard fucking lockdown in the room, he will immediately leave the room, and do as he initially wanted to do when they had this discussion, his kind of typical patrol of the building, which is a way that he just calms himself down because he's particularly keyed up, kind of thinking back over the events of the past days. So yeah, he'll do a full 360 around the building, and then probably just head immediately to the bar for a morning drink and
Great.
await everyone's arrival.
Could you do me a favor? Could you make an investigation check for me as you you know, you are very aware that the queen is dead now,
Correct.
and that this city would likely be on high alert as you make this investigation.
And look, hey, with that prompting to be, I don't know, it might be a bit too early in the morning, perhaps, but yeah, that would be, I guess, a thing to keep an eye out for. More specifically, 1722.
You kind of do your typical survey of the area. Really quiet. Don't see any guards. See a couple of drunk people here and there, as you do in most cities. But being that the queen was just murdered, it's scarily quiet at the moment.
Okay.
Particularly because it was only 4 hours ago.
Good. Yeah, stick with the plan. He's gonna have a nice early morning drink to begin the day then.
Yeah, great. You find yourself in the booth that you fell asleep in after an absolutely wild night with Marcus. Back when your journeys first began.
Not that kind of wild. Not
No.
yet.
And
Excellent. Yeah.
you poured this deep amber liquid. As you shot it, it is this orange flavor that is like really sweet, and like you feel like your face like just, oh, it's a little too much, but you feel real warm after drinking it. Comforting.
Like feet up on the table, he'll position himself where he can watch Tybella come downstairs, just to rub it in a little bit.
Are you
That she
cock chairing the
failed.
staircase? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, but real like smugly. So cock chairing the staircase, but enjoying it.
Okay, great. Excellent. Scarlet, as you awaken for the day, Jonan wakes up a similar time to you. A little bit earlier, actually, because he fell asleep before you. And when you wake up, you can kind of see that he's kind of sluggishly getting ready for the day. He is there. And he is like pulling on his boots, kind of blinkers on. He's very much looking like he doesn't want to be perceived currently.
Scarlet, in her almost little sister way of how she interacts with him, is basically going to wait until he's standing up and then run and sort of jump on his back.
Yeah, cool.
Like little kids do, where they have like the arms around the shoulders and stuff.
He like basically goes, and like stumbles slightly, but he catches you. Actually, does he? Let's find out. No, he catches you. He catches
There
you.
we go. Yeah.
Like, you know, he catches his footing as you startle him. And you do see this like sad reminiscent smile.
And she will basically just give him a giant smooch on his cheek and then hop back down and start getting dressed, because it would be impolite to be downstairs in your pajamas.
You see, again, he looks like he's going to say something, and then he doesn't. But he waits for you, and he will head downstairs with you when you're ready.
Well, if she sees that he's going to say something, she'll actually stop him and be like, just say it. You can say it. It's okay.
I'm not even sure how to say what I want to say at the moment. Astron's body is still at the castle.
I thought we actually left it at the inn because we went to the inn first. Because we didn't take the cart with us.
Cart was, I believe, at the castle.
Oh. Are we planning a heist? Do you want to plan a heist?
I don't know if it's safe. And being caught, then it's all for nothing. And she died for nothing.
You know what she would want better than anyone.
Maybe.
But if you figure it out, and if you do want to do that, or try it, I'll go too. That's fine.
I really want to drink, actually, Scarlet.
Breakfast booze.
Yeah, breakfast beers. And he will make his way down the stairs. The last one to head down the stairs is Tybella. She remains in her drow form. She does not switch back to her elven form. And she, as she makes her way and you all start to kind of gather around this table that Verlender's at, she says nothing, does not acknowledge any of you, but does take a seat at the same table. What are you all discussing? What are you all doing in this moment?
Verlender will point out kind of what he noticed on his little round. Considering the death of the local regent, it does seem very quiet out there this morning. I can't tell if that's a good thing or if it makes me more suspicious, and we should get the fuck out of here immediately.
It should make you more suspicious because they want to come get us and also make sure they can really make us the fall guy. They don't want a bunch of people out there being hysterical, interfering in what they want to do.
If they're trying to hush up the circumstances of the Queen's death, it could be an indication that our little deceptions perhaps worked, and they're doing a bit of damage control, maybe.
I don't know, Raella. She's played the long game. I reckon she'll be able to convince them that we lied. I think Marcus bought us some time, but I don't know how much.
I'm of the opinion that getting the fuck out of here is probably the most viable option. Your daddy, dearest, I believe, is still waiting with his little boat at the docks. It's definitely an option.
Morning, everybody. I see you've already started drinking. Marcus is only half dressed. He's stuffed. He's got an armful of kind of scrolls. He's got everything that he owns kind of like shoved into various bags, and he's got like an armful of maps which have come out somewhere. Obviously there is a now a gold chain glistening around his neck. Yeah, just to give that real kind of like early morning vibe that's going on. Like, yeah.
How much belly button can we see?
Oh, it's all there. It's all on show.
Excellent.
Does the chain reach the belly button? This is what I want to know. Is like, does the pendant reach the belly button?
How much attention is drawn to the belly button with the addition of the chain is what we all
It
need
is
to
low
know.
hanging, and Salt did deliberately make that note that it is low hanging, and for that reason, I would say it stops just above the belly button, so that like it's next to each
points.
other. Yeah, it's like an arrow straight down. Wow.
The chest, Marcus's awesome chest hair, which I unfortunately don't have any of, catches it, so the stem points directly to the belly button, just to really kind of settle it in there and jiggle, catching the light. So thinking about our predicament and what Verlender said, I think we should get out of here rather rapidly. I would like to counter any narrative, but look, I have this marvelous idea about staging a play and then telling our story across the things, but I think she's going to hang and kill us all.
Could I get everyone to make a perception check for me except for Lockie, please?
Oh, because we all know I do so well on perception checks.
I will get Tybella and Jonan to make them also. Whoa.
Oh, I actually did do well on it.
Jonah's
Okay.
there.
Jonan is there. He sees nothing.
Janet came downstairs with me.
Okay.
I got a 17. I actually
Same.
got double figures.
Cool. Okay, so you, Scarlet, actually you would all see this. You would all see that you are not alone in the Stormy Night Tavern currently. And Tybella is the first one to clock it with a natural 18, which is higher than all of you. You simultaneously, almost Scarlet and Verlender straight after, see a figure sitting at a table nearby, who looks like they're not, unless you correct me otherwise, Lockie, you're not eavesdropping necessarily, but can definitely hear parts of what you're saying because you're not super quiet. You're quiet, but you get the sense that this guy might be able to hear you pretty well. And Lockie, can I get you to describe your character, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of leaning forward on the table, just a half consumed drink in front of me sits a about 6 foot tall mahogany hair in a monk gi, this sort of olivey green texture to the fabric on there, with this edging of like a sunburnt sort of sunrise yellow to it. A sash around my waist of this similar sort of orange. There's a few tassels along there. I think I have 5 remaining at the moment. And a bow staff just sitting next to me. A circlet around my head, more of a sweatband, I should say, sorry, just underneath my hair, and these piercing blue eyes looking out from underneath scarred brow.
Just gonna make a really quick check
Sure.
for someone at the table. No? Okay.
Are you rolling d10s?
I'm not
for
rolling d10s,
everyone?
but if you all want to roll your d10s for hotness,
Yeah, we
feel
all
free.
did. We all did.
Great. Excellent. I'm so sorry, Lockie. But,
That's so fine.
As this figure sits there, you all perceive this person. And Tybella's eyes momentarily narrow. Marcus, you recognize this figure. It takes you a moment or so, but you recognize them. And Hakari, as you look over at this table of people, you recognize Marcus. But can I also get you to make me one more perception check, please?
Sure. 18.
18?
Yes.
As you look at this group of travelers, there is a moment where you look at the 2 drow sitting at the table. It's one of those things where you don't recognize them because you've seen them before, but there is a slight recognition of familiarity, like you've seen someone similar to them before, but you can't put your finger on it. And before we move any further, I'm going to cross over to a little cutscene. And we will be right back. as you both look back and think about recognizing each other for the first time. We'll be right back. It's a season of Ember, and you're in Eladria. Typically, a warmer climate than most. This is the equivalent to summer. It is hot, it is humid. But today, while you can feel the sunshine heavily down on these cobblestone streets, there is a breeze that flows off the distant waters that makes it too nice to spend indoors. For you, Hakari, it's the perfect balance and example of the tradition that you've studied, the elements. With this in mind, you've taken it upon yourself to reflect on your past. A couple of things that have happened more recently than you'd like to admit, and decide that now is the time to refine and practice the balance of those elements that you've grown up learning to master.
I think he's going to search for not necessarily a secluded place, but somewhere that's not going to disrupt the flow of anyone who's passing by or near enough. It will just be, yeah. So that can be anywhere that makes sense. But the balancing would be this sort of low stance, martial arts sort of squat, arms extended in sort of like a flared palm. This deep breathing as from the base of his feet there's this ripple across the earth, this wind picks up around him. There's this tension and almost like a heat that reverberates from his form, and then as if settling, it coats his form in this thin veil of the stones and the dust of the streets, and then like a cleansing flame will just quickly rush across the exterior of his form. And then that'll happen probably for a solid 20 minutes, I want to say, as it just repeats.
Marcus, you have had an incredible Emberfest so far. You have spent a good chunk of the Ember season enjoying the company of your friend Brylee.
Brylee is an elf. She has a darker skin, and just like this big fluff of hair with this red streak in the front. It looks natural and unnatural all at the same time. She's dressed in, I would describe it as army's clothes from Sailor Moon, her school uniform, the long blue skirt, the sailor shirt with the necktie, and she's carrying like a notebook that looks very well worn, and she has these really big glasses, just big round ones. She's pretty unadorned other than that. She's got like a little ring on her pinky finger and like a necklace with a red stone that Marcus would know is a family heirloom. And also she's on the shorter side. She's like 5 foot tall. She's just itty bitty.
Brylee, you see this figure. And you see them practicing. You want to say magic, but you're actually unsure.
As we're walking, I'll like stop and like slap him in the chest with the back of my hand, and then just point. Marcus, look.
Let's go and chat.
Let's go and
This is
chat.
a great story. Let's just go and ask him.
Yeah. Maybe he's seen some apples too.
You go first.
Okay. I will just in a thing that Marcus has probably seen me do before, I will just open my book, and in a flurry of pages I will disappear and then reappear in front of this meditating figure as I misty step.
I will just look, just watch. I won't say anything at this point, but I will acknowledge you just with a nod and a smile.
I will do the same thing. Brylee will be looking at you, like almost unblinkingly, her eyes magnified underneath her glasses, so like they just look huge, and she's just watching you performing this magic adjacent act.
Do you Do you need something?
Are you doing magic?
No, it's not magic. It's a practiced art, though. I think it's akin to magic in some aspects. Do you want to learn?
Yes.
Okay. What's your name?
Oh, hi. Sorry, my manners. I'm Brylee. That, I'm just going to point back to Marcus. That's Marcus. He is my best friend in the entire world.
I'll straighten up and hit a wave and gesture for you to join as well, Marcus.
Marcus comes somewhat slowly into view, trying to stuff a walking stick under one arm, pull out 2 books and a quill, and he's got the quill and an inkwell kind of dipped at an angle, and is drawing as he's walking towards you awkwardly.
Is he
Keep
okay?
going. Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
hello. Okay.
Marcus.
Hakari, pleasure.
Oh no! Wait, we're
You're
back.
muted.
Wow! 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 Hey, listen, I'm a professional streamer. I don't know if you guys know, but hey, as you, Marcus, and you, Hakari, recall this moment, what are you two doing? Kicking off with you, Hakari.
Hakari will look. Will look at Marcus. I'm trying to see if he is holding the book.
Marcus, the book that you managed to swipe from the castle.
Yeah, get fucking wrecked, Emily.
Yeah, thank you. Where would that be currently?
Marcus, being a master of stealth and subtlety, has got it shoved down the back of his trousers to hold his jacket and bagpipes together, so it's kind of jauntily sticking out at probably a 35-degree angle. I mean, it is an artifact, so we treat it with that. The top of his butt cheek is basically keeping it nice, firmly in place.
I think based on the fact that I believe Marcus would be. Are you sitting or standing at this time?
Oh, one's still standing. There's no sitting with the book shut down one's backside.
I think with your perception check, Lockie, you would see a book. You wouldn't be able to see the intricacies of. Is it the book?
Yeah. Hakari will stand up, adjust his gi, look back at this group of individuals, purposefully leave my bow staff at the table, and turning towards Marcus, I'll reach into a pouch and produce 2 apples. Marcus, wasn't it?
You're remarkably familiar, and Marcus will pull out a second set of books and a third set of books and start flicking through it. And on the cover, which he kind of dumps down around the table, is Hakari doing, well, very bad sketches of Hakari and an apple being crushed as a kick in his thing. So the flow is kind of there, more cartoonish and stick figure because he was trying to walk and do it. It's like, you're the chap that was after a monastery that Brylee and myself very nearly, probably a Tory for Divinity. It's been a while.
It has been a long time.
One moment, chap. I just need to get this book of smut out of my. It's just sticking into one of my ribs. And Marcus will pull a second book that looks like it is a mahogany bound and silver one, but it's slightly off, and dump it on the table, kind of giving myself a good scratch. What are you doing here? What are the odds?
I would assume astronomical, but I'm not a man of science or math. And I'll put the apple on the table.
Um, Allow me to introduce my friends and
Verlender, and Verlender's arm will come over
Yeah.
the top of Marcus because he's moved behind him at this point. And having rolled a 24 on a perception check, will clock the sketch of it. Was it Hakari crushing an apple, you said?
There was shockwaves and the apple was exploding. There seems to be some distance between Hakari and the apple,
Yeah, okay.
and there's lots of air movement around it.
In which case, I'll get the two of you then both roll a perception check real quick. But yeah, with arm extended,
Ooh.
we'll hold out a
Perception
hand.
or insight?
Perception.
Okay, good to know.
Me?
Yes, and Marcus, please.
Do you think you can beat a natural one?
Wow.
Wow. Marcus, you will notice that Valendar's gaze kind of stops on that image real quick. And perhaps that he just kind of draws a breath in and rolls his eyes a little bit as he's kind of extending a hand to this newcomer. And into your ear, he'll probably whisper, "Is this going to be a problem, Marcus?"
Marcus' smile broadens and says, and may I introduce Scarlet as well?
I'll bow.
And you'll see Scarlet has like one hand on a silver kind of a lariat around her neck, that the others would recognize while she's kind of just looking. It's like, hi,
And
who, Marcus, who are they?
no, it's a wonderful chap that I bumped into the Infest some years ago. A fellow traveler seeking answers, and I hope that map I gave you was some value.
Was of a lot of value.
Um,
I'm here looking for a mutual friend. Do you remember Brylee?
uh, Marcus' demeanor will change to the rest of the group. It's been 2 weeks, but there's a kind of there's a moment of kind of stutterance, and Marcus' kind of normal bravado kind of disappears for a moment. It's like, and he leans in and forgets to even introduce Tybella and the other dude. And
Tribella, by the way, you would see this female drow sitting there, Hakari, platinum blonde hair, like a deep ashen purple skin. And the second that you kind of mention the name Brylee, she like eyes narrow, looks up at you, doesn't say anything, but like very piercing gaze.
Can I keep an action ready if she does anything?
Yeah, cool.
Cool. Do you need to know what it is, or just the trigger that she does something?
Just the trigger, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. If she is at all
Hostile.
correct to
Yeah, cool.
either myself or even Marcus.
Okay, good to know.
That I would like to roll an insight check on myself
Sure.
as to whether I notice that Hakari is preparing themselves.
Hakari,
Would you
I
like-
will let you decide
Mhm.
whether you think this insight check would pass based on what Promethean rolls.
You want me to set the DC? Okay,
Yeah, this is all you.
sure. All right, I think I'll roll a check for this.
Sure.
Okay.
Excellent. I have rolled an 8, which gives me 15 on the insight check.
I'm very sorry, but it does not beat me, dude.
Yeah, okay, very good. I think he's still a little bit distracted at this point, so that's fine.
Hakari, if Brylee mysteriously disappeared, and I've been searching for her for quite some while, and Marcus will reach out a hand and try and take yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it and sort of hand over the top in a very attempting to comfort manner and lean in towards you. She She thought the world of you, and you were one of her closest friends. I need to know if you've seen her. She came looking for the book.
There's for the table behind, there is a posture change in Marcus again that Scarlet's seen twice before. And it's a statement of almost like instant kind of shock that he's, his well-furred back muscles kind of tense for a moment and literally just stay locked. Someone who's gone into kind of like a shock statement, not a fight statement, almost a moment. Book, you say? Which book?
DM, I wouldn't recall enough detail on it, would I?
You would recall the following.
Okay.
That it was mahogany, leather bound, with a silver inlay.
It was mahogany, leather bound, with a silver inlay.
I love it when players just say the exact same thing, but way cooler than me. It's so good. It's so good.
It's like you're an insightful voice, Marcus. There is a moment of a couple of things flash across Marcus's face. It's like this is fascinating. Oh dear, I'm going to die. As a number of thoughts go through, it's and still holding your hands in a non-aggressive fashion says, earlier I mentioned just a short few days ago about how coincidences were basically collating around a number of different events. Hakari, I would like to very carefully and safely in this space close the door and have a peaceful discussion, and that's more around to the 6-foot odd elf behind the Eldarin behind me, and Scarlet, who Marcus isn't looking at, but is terrified what could happen next. Verlender, we just don't know, and Tybella, who's probably just staring daggers at everyone there. Do you mind if we just have a safe conversation? Because a lot of things have happened, and I think, and Marcus kind of weirdly wiggles his ass and kind of just drops the book on the table. I'm happy to make a dex check for DM if that's to deliver the book on the table in a dramatic fashion.
Make a performance check.
You've got it. And I'm going to guide that ass as well. So, because you know what? And performance. Oh, that really didn't go as well as I would have hoped. A 15 DM. It hips this morning.
It's not your best performance, but hey, it looks pretty flourished and sexy.
Yeah, okay. And then a certain looking book slides onto the table with a reasonably heavy clunk.
Allow me to just let my cat out of this room. Give me one moment.
Hang on, sound effects ready?
Go
No, gated out.
Damn.
Um,
I'm just obeying the commands in chat real quick.
Hakari, can you make one more perception check for me, please?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Only 10.
Good to know.
I hate when DMs say that.
Verlender, you
Yep.
are successful.
Excellent, thank you.
Shit. Marcus, that sounds like a plan. What if I bought a round of drinks to calm the tension?
I don't think that there's tension as such, because there's not a tense bone in my body, because it's just the my continual concern of dying in the middle of some heroic actions. you have some remarkable abilities, and the wonderful people around me also have a remarkable propensity to violence if needed. So I just want to
Marcus,
set the
will you
scene.
shut the fuck up, please? Can you just say things in like a shorter version of the sentence? You hear this female drow pipe up.
Tybella, she's normally more direct than that, so it's been a long day for her as well. Hikari it knows my friend Brylee, and there seems to be much more going on here. The door
Hakari
seems to have
looks
joined together.
oddly familiar.
Okay, this makes it even more convenient. I'm just going to close the door so no one else wanders in, if that's
Going to
okay with
close the
everyone.
tavern door, Marcus.
Yes.
Can I suggest we actually go upstairs or somewhere else where, I mean, it's a place of business. People are going to walk in. Even if you close the door, they're going to open the door and walk in.
Sure.
Plus, you've got staff. Like, how private do you want this? What was the first? Because you said that Marcus put a book on the table at the start.
Smart.
What was that first book?
That was the classic epics, Two Knights and Two Methods.
Fucking hell.
Because
Oh my god.
Scarlet is
Bought a
Scarlet is
couple-
currently holding that book because of what you said it was.
Wow.
But disappointed there's not really pictures. It's an 8 out of 10. That's the quality of that book right there.
Promethean,
better.
you look like
Shit.
you want to say something.
Do Marcus, that idea isn't entirely without merit. I wonder if we could perhaps convince our new friend, the proprietor, to perhaps close up shop whilst she grieves for the death of the queen, and then we have the place to ourselves. for the
Hakari,
day.
this is the first time you hear of the Queen's death. You
Can I
did
play it
not
cool?
know that the Queen was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely, you can roll me. Oh my god, I am losing thoughts. You can roll me a deception check at advantage because these people don't know you very well.
Okay.
If it's quite outside, the public probably don't know. Therefore, her shutting up shop for that purpose, if there has not been an announcement, would be kind of sus.
Was there not a bell? Word's going to get out.
There
Scarlet.
was a bell at the castle, but there wasn't a bell through the town.
I literally convinced a bunch of guards that Rayella had been turned insane with the Thornberry wine and committed the murder herself.
Yes, but
Word
that
is
was in
going
the
to
castle.
spread, and that's good for us.
But I think it's a bit soon for her to be shutting up shop if it's still quiet outside in response to the Queen's death. She could be shutting up shop because of a loss in the family or some other thing.
Whatever works. It's, again, not an idea without merit if we can find a way to lock this place down so that it's just
We
us for
have
the day.
an entire room upstairs. We can just use the room.
No. We have more than one.
Fair. All right, Tybella. Tell you what. I'll flip a coin. Crowns, we'll go with your room idea. Tails, I guess we'll
Crowns and tails.
try and
Cannon.
take
now.
over the entire tavern for the day.
I know.
Fine.
Marcus, a coin if you would.
That was cool.
Call it, my dear.
Crown for the death of the Queen.
Long live the Queen. The Queen is dead.
To the room, darling.
Very well. I must, in fact, concede. And he
You doing
will.
hand gestures like that?
He is very much to Tybella doing hand gestures like that. Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Cool. Good to know. She does not pay attention to you much at all.
Fucking hell! This Woman!
That was just a real poor roll, my guy. She does not wait for any of you. She just starts heading back up towards the room that her and Verlender stayed in last night, being that it is the largest of the three.
Yep.
Is anyone pausing, following? And also, what was your deception check, Hakari?
It was 8.
Okay.
Oh,
What
I
do you
think
your
hearing
reaction looks
everything.
like?
Look, initially I feel like I was starting to play it off cool, and then as I progressively heard the events play out, it just fell away. It just eroded.
Yeah.
So I feel like my face sort of shifts to a bit of this maybe wasn't the best idea to come into Agora on a ship and now be here from the docks who's seen me. The worry is real now.
You would all
Is that all
notice
internal
this.
monologue, or are you saying all of
Oh,
that?
no, this
Does
is
that mean-
internal.
Okay, great.
okay.
You would all actually no, fuck you all. All roll insight, because you could roll much worse than 8.
Passive perception 17. But insight.
Insight, baby girl.
Okay. The insight. That's 15, say
You
22.
clock this.
16.
You clock it. Mark,
11 DM.
you also
slightly
clock
dis-
it.
Okay.
You
Marcus,
also...
your friend seems a little out of sorts.
Hakari, perhaps we should have a conversation upstairs. Oh, do you want me to get your walking stick? I've got one of my own if you need it.
Oh no, that's okay. It was just a bit
Well,
interesting to hear the events that have happened since I've
We
arrived in
might
the
need to
city.
run at some random time, so I suggest anything that you have that here might be worthwhile just carrying you. We've got windows upstairs rather than coming downstairs again.
You do recall that you left something at the table.
Yeah, I head back and pick up my stuff.
Yeah. Great.
Marcus will literally get a tablecloth and just put all his crap on the tablecloth, turn it into a thing, stick it over his shoulder, and then kind of wander upstairs.
You create a tablecloth of holding. No, I'm joking.
Portable hole, one would like to say. Yeah, into the room. After you, Hakari. Actually, you've just followed me, because everybody else would probably like to follow you upstairs. And Marcus will stride dramatically upstairs. Well,
Yeah, what order are you all ascending in? Because Tybell is already gone.
yeah, Marcus is next because the others were seated and look back at Hakari and kind of.
Why are you getting a marching order for us going up the stairs? Is my
That's
fucking question. Fuck you.
No,
What are you doing?
I'm only asking because there are specific things that some of you are trying to hide.
Excellent. Verlender will detour to the bar, grab a bottle of the whiskey that he's now becoming something of a fan of from this place, before
Yeah.
trailing behind whoever isn't detouring.
Scarlet is totally detouring to the kitchen to grab food because we haven't eaten yet. And,
Yeah.
little
Mila-
barbarians need carbs and protein.
Mila gives you like a fresh loaf of bread that's been cut up into nice like chunky slices and like a little thing of salted butter. And you get like a number of different spreads to go with it as well. And you get some bacon and eggs. It smells real good.
Scarlet knows Mila from before, and she'll be like, "Oh my God, Mila, you are the best!" And she'll like grab it and run upstairs.
She like goes to say something, but you've already run away. But she looks really happy with what you said. You all head into the room. Tybella at this point, having kind of full steam ahead. She has perched herself up against a wall, arms crossed, kind of watching you all as you enter. And she looks at you all and she goes, "You all tend to make a habit of this, don't you? Picking up strays."
Well,
I haven't picked up a stray at all. Like, well, technically kind of you because I didn't know you, but like I knew Jonan and Astrid. This is like the first, and I didn't even pick it up. Like Marcus picked him up.
I don't qualify, I'll have you know, as do you, Tybella. I have a very extensive pedigree.
She says
I'm
nothing.
quite happy to be astray at this point, Tybella, just to kind of get the gist going. And yes, this is how stories are created, stories of magnificence. And he seems to know about the book, Tybella. And before you stick a dagger to my throat because, I haven't shaved as much as a bit of stubble, please don't do that. Let's just have a bit of civil discourse before you start shouting at me and scare me witless. So
I have
allow
nothing
me
to
just a few
shout at
moments.
you about, Marcus, unless you give me a reason.
Yeah, I'm sure I will, which is that or Verlender will annoy in some way. So if we could just give, just a few moments because we've got to plan what to do next. Hakari, could you, I don't know, de-escalate the conversation by how you know about the book? Because it seems to be a
Did he not
source
say
there.
that his friend let him know about it?
Again, Tybella, you're kind of monologuing again. I was asking there just to de-escalate the event, but you do you because you're terrifying. She's terrifying, by the way.
She does
Very,
seem
very
quite
dangerous
intense.
mage. Some description.
Go on, Hakari. Thrill
I
us.
had my friend, my best friend. She told me about the book. We would travel a lot. We'd go to places, and she would talk about artifacts, and this was one that she was very invested in, and I think she talked about history, and this book seemed to be of the utmost importance to her. And she didn't come back when she went looking for it.
You're telling me that your friend knew about this book? Marcus knew about this book? You knew about it, Verlender? What the fuck is going on?
How do you know about the book?
Marcus. And Valinda's attitude is probably a little nervous and twitchy at this point. Are you able to somehow prevent any unwelcome intrusions of a teleportatic nature into the room by any chance?
Marcus picks up a chair and puts it behind the door.
Not exactly what I was talking about, but thank you. Just perhaps everyone just stay on their toes, shall we?
Oh, no. Allow me, Verlender. And close your eyes, Hakari. Magic not supposed to be done there. Marcus will originally cast detect magic just to see if there's any extra auras within the space. DM.
Detect magic, any auras within the space.
There's new to this. I already have a sense of everyone else, right? If there's scrying or anything else like that, it's supposed to be a vaguely early warning system. As one's a bard, not a mage.
No additional things or people within the room. But what's really interesting is that you witnessed Hakari, in your definition, use abilities that you would closely relate to magic when you first met. But as you cast Detect Magic, you get nothing from him. There is like a weird kind of feeling of energy that surrounds him, but it's not magic. And feels very fucking strange because based on what you saw, you would think that it would be magic.
Yeah, in Marcus's mind, it seems to be weak. We've bumped into an Eladrin. We found a book that seems to be of great importance, and now someone else with magic abilities. It must be Monday. So
To answer your question, Tybella, the last time I saw this book, a friend of mine, very dear to me, lost her head over it. Quite literally, in fact. That fucking devil woman entered the room and took her from me. And I never want to encounter them again for as long as I live. So whatever this fucking thing is, Please understand, its existence makes me very nervous. Your friend, and he'll point at Hakari. Marcus, is that your Brylee? Did I hear?
Well, Brylee, I was walking with Brylee through an Emberfest some time ago, and we came across Hakari doing a number of martial moves, and then he seemed to have an energy in him. Brylee took a great interest.
This is like almost offensive to you, Hakari. Like the way this is being described, it's like, hold on.
I'll just smile. I'll be like, okay, sure.
It was, and Marcus is walking and talking as he does that. He reaches into a pouch and then says Hakari, and then flicks a ring to you, directly at you. I'm standing to the left of Scarlet, so she's got full line of sight what happens. So just flick this ring right to Hakari.
No, okay, excellent.
And the slow looping catch.
A couple of things happen.
Interesting.
A couple of things happen. Tybella goes almost a shade paler as you do this. And you see, you would clock her, almost hide her hands, despite the fact that her ring has no stone in it. You, like, see her hold her hands. Hakari, you catch this ring. You don't need to make a check. You're a fucking monk. You catch this ring. You open your hand and you see a diamond-shaped obsidian ring, almost identical to the one that your friend Brylee used to wear and did wear when you saw her last. The other thing that you clock, Hakari, is instinctively knowing that when the two rings, yours and hers, were placed close together, that there is a reaction. You look down at your hand and your ring is gone.
I had it when I got here, right?
You did.
I respect I respect this space, and I respect all of you. And I ask this kindly. And it seems I've lost something in here. Can you help me find it?
Oh, would you be referring to this? And Verlender will then flick the teardrop-shaped ring in Hakari's direction that he palmed when they first met.
That's a nice trick. I'll put the ring on and just touch both of them together. Does it have a reaction, or is it?
It does. And it's a reaction that you remember quite well. Almost like a swirling galaxy happens as these two rings are placed close together. And hey, we're going to take a fucking 10-minute break. We're going to take, as I would say, we're going to take the quickest 10-minute break. And we'll be back very shortly. Stick around. And hey, thanks for hanging out if you're still here. If you're not, great.
And if you're still here when we come back, hey, take clips of cool shit that you enjoy so that we can add that in, or so that Emily specifically can do it, because I'm not fucking doing it, to the shit that you'll see during
and the reason
these breaks.
That Promethean's asking you to do that is so that I can take some of him out.
Agreed, correct. 1000% accurate,
Hey,
yes.
but too bad, because I don't know if you're aware of this, Promethean, but we've known each other for like 4 years now. So like, it's 4 years of content.
Daddy made you some content.
It's a season of Ember, and you're in Eladria. Typically, a warmer climate than most.
I am flabbergasted. I am befuddled by the buffoonery before me.
Obedient? What? What the fuck? Oh, beat.
That's one.
Choose your next two so fucking wisely.
Right, they've both been bitten by people that are infected by this disease. That's a problem. As far as he knows, Eden hasn't, and so Eden's the only one who can get on the boat at this stage.
I haven't.
Yeah, but Belle's been really fucking mean. And so his concern is for the chick who just kissed him, as opposed.
Wow.
To be fair, you
love how
did
you
also.
What was I
explain.
supposed to do? Kiss my brother?
I'm sorry, what? Wait, alright, hang on.
Okay, hold on.
Hang on.
Hold
I
on.
came back from the dead to say that.
Hold on.
It is. This is a dowry.
Was that your love language? Just throwing logs? Great.
Correct. Random acts of lumberjacking is my love language. That's. Remember that time I dropped a tree on top of you?
Oh my god,
Yeah, you know.
okay, now I understand. That was like the ultimate... Yeah, okay, great.
In which case, Verlender's gonna just very sneakily mount her and place his dagger at her throat.
Fucking knew it, you little bitch. Okay,
And
great.
in her ear, wake her with the words, "It's my turn. Tibella." And he'll wait for her to wake at this point.
And she does, immediately.
There are approximately 3 or 4 people on the face of this cursed earth who know who I truly am. And most of them want me dead. So far you don't seem to be one of them. And I'm lonely. Shall we have a little chat? You can inflict whatever you want on me, whatever you want, you know this. So you say you have strong opinions, please elaborate.
I have strong feelings more than opinions.
Sure. Feel me up. No? Produce your...
Okay, Elliot's in the boat. There's 2 more seats in the boat.
I can sit on someone's lap.
Fuck off, get your own boat.
Oh no.
What the fuck? Wow. Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can see what my options are, but option 1...
Hang on, let me pull these up over here. So this is option 1. Do you want to read it out for us, Emily? Can you?
I'm sorry, I cannot. I simply can't.
Do you want me to read it out? God.
I'm
Okay.
not crazy, I just got power word killed.
So
Hamish,
yeah?
Do it.
stop trying to stick your flute up his butt.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Oh my god! Why did you do that?
I do want to watch this though.
I have.
Fuck, I should have taken my clothes off.
met few aside from
Truly should have.
And turn to face the guards that are approaching Marcus.
Absolutely.
She's going to start approaching with her arms out to the ground.
Okay.
And as she's doing this, her dress, which we all remember was made of beautiful leaves, are going to start falling as though it's autumn.
Okay.
Her entire body is going to become covered in vines, and as the vines fall away, her armor and all of her weapons are back.
Excellent.
She's going to stand in front of Marcus
Quick roll
with
a
her
D10.
shield on one arm and her sword in the other, and she's going to widen her stance with her sword towards the guards, and she's going to be like, come on, boys.
So, with a very blunt knife and a lot of tears, Blue painfully, slowly cut off her best friend's arm to save his life as a child. And even to this day, if she closes her eyes to go to sleep, she can still feel and see, like, just, you know, what it's like to cut off someone's arm. The one thing she would change about that
is that despite her efforts and despite everything it took, she cut off the wrong arm and her best friend died anyway. So, if she had to change anything, it would be to go back in time and pick the other arm. You're welcome.
Talk about burying the fucking lead.
Wow. Okay, yeah. That... I'm not trying to hurt you, but I also have no reason to lie to you, Scarlet.
There probably could have been a way to sort of ease into things a bit more.
You're probably right, but I also wasn't expecting to see my dead daughter.
Oh, fuck off.
The problem is that I'm a chronic overthinker. So, like...
Oh, that's the problem, is it?
Yeah.
Woo!
I'm just gonna overthink about what Prometheus just said for so long.
Oh no!
Emily! Oh my god!
Stabby, stab, 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 stab. Oh no. What have I done? That's the anus for me. It's like, that's what a god should be.
Sorry, say that again.
This is like...
the what? Could you just repeat that one more time?
I look at... Everyone push him off immediately. Oh my god!
No one can push him off.
I can. Check this shit out.
Yeah.
Fuck you, my buddy. Oh no!
Oh, you took me down! What have you done? Oh my god! Promethean!
As I'm like clutching at my throat, ripped apart. The injury's too much. Sink down. And as his life like flashes before his eyes, the last thing he thinks of is the Dragon Ball Z like afterlife, and he's like, I'm coming, King Kai. King Kai.
This is why we're not fucking friends anymore. Fucking nerd.
He collapses.
Excellent!
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just now, I've got to start a tally of of times that I've been made to spit by everyone in this group.
Wow. Stop it. Oh.
As she is told to go and kill Justin, you can tell that there's this part of her that's like fighting it with every fiber of her being. And Eden, you look into her eyes and you can see that she wants to rip you in half.
What?
Marcus's thought is as follows: a tragic tale of a failed sister that's looking to get her ends, and she's going to be really upset to see the book in Grommy's hands isn't the book Grommy thought it was.
How so?
You remember when we went to the market and we went all that shopping? If you look at my items, I bought a book that was about the same size and shape of the book, DM.
Oh, you fuck.
And when Grommy asked for it, it was a bit too obvious that Grommy suddenly wanted to be our friends. And Marcus is like, we've been horribly betrayed. Let's see who's doing what.
beautiful, sneaky bastard. I love you.
Holy shit.
Quick, unload all of your filth here.
Which I feel like is a very fitting end to the quotes.
Well,
Yeah.
there's always time and there's always Emily's mouth.
Hey.
Oh! Oh no!
I am flabbergasted. I am befuddled by the buffoonery before me.
Obedient?
What? What the fuck? Obedient?
That's one.
Choose your next two so fucking wisely.
Right, they've both been bitten by people that are infected by this disease. That's a problem. As far as he knows, Eden hasn't, and so Eden's the only one who can get on the boat at this stage.
I haven't.
Yeah, but Belle's been really fucking mean. And so his concern is for the chick who just kissed him as opposed to...
Oh, wow.
To be fair, you
love how
did
you
all
What
call
was
out
I
the player.
supposed to do? Kiss my brother?
I'm sorry, what? Wait, alright, hang on.
Okay, hold on.
Hang on.
Hold
I
on.
came back from the dead to say that.
Hey, I'm jump scaring you all back in. You're supposed to be the scary little slutty drow rogue, and that's what you did? You went, rah. You may as
Right
well
now, I'm
have
just a
gone,
little guy.
roar. Like, that's what you should have just done. Hey, Tammy, I
The
haven't
drow-
picked on you in a while. What's happened this session so far?
From Scarlet's perspective, or
Lockie
from
also has new
the
guy armor,
perspective?
so like he
Thank
can't.
you so much.
No, this is Tammy's perspective. What's happened? Where are we at? What's going on?
So basically, we've all woken up. Verlender went and did patrol, found nothing. The town is unusually quiet. You would think it would be noisy given the Queen died, but it's not. We have come downstairs. Marcus got a new piece of jewelry gifted to him by Delphine that nicely shows off his belly button. And we met a new person downstairs. Marcus already knew him apparently. They've got Brylee in common. That'll be a story for another time, really. There's a discussion about a book. Everyone knows about the book except Scarlet. Everyone knows about this book except Scarlet. Scarlet has no idea what this book is about.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've all gone back upstairs to discuss this book.
And the rings have been exchanged.
Scarlet finally noticed the rings by having it thrown across in front of her face.
Yeah.
And the two of the rings are now touching. Just the tips, but apparently that's enough.
Yep.
Just the tip. It only needs the tip.
And wow. Hakari, you place your ring back on your finger. You're looking at this one that has been tossed to you. What are you doing?
I think Hakari is going to try and he's going to look at Tybella, I think, and try and catch anything, any flinch, anything that would indicate her.
I see where you're going.
Fear, like anything that's jitter, any sign of any flaw, anything that's going to be a giveaway.
Make an insight check for me, please.
14.
Where's my dice? Because I will need to counter roll against this. You, as this kind of ring gets tossed across the room, and you're inspecting one, and you're now wearing another, you actually notice that she almost steps forward a step, trying to get a better look at the rings, and there is a drop of the guard moment where you see this happen, and you see that on her hand, she is wearing a ring that has no stone in it. It looks very fucking similar to the make of your ring. And you think back to when you were attacked by someone. You were attacked by a male drow. And in that moment, you saw on the body of this drow that you and Brylee defeated together this stoneless ring.
Hakari is just going to clench his fist. You do look familiar. How do you know? I'll turn, like, not taking my gaze away from her, but back to Marcus. How do you know her? How do you know Tarbella?
Funny story. She attacked us, paralyzed me, and then held us to ransom for a bit.
And she's right here. She's right here. She can hear you guys.
Yes, that's okay. She's
Yeah.
and she and Verlender have this kind of interesting relationship with knives. Verlender, do you want to explain more? Because we're in a confined space, and I stupidly put a chair in front of the door so I can't escape.
Tarbella ignores everything that was just said and interjects. Where did you get your ring, Hakari?
It's a gift.
From who?
A promise. Where did you get yours?
From a friend who is no longer with us.
Same as my story.
Well, apparently that's a story so many of us share.
Except me. I don't have a ring.
Scarlet.
I guarantee you, Scarlet, that at least one of your little troop friends is likely dead. Oh, wait, Astrin.
Yeah, but I was talking about the ring.
And technically, Tybella, that ring wasn't mine. It was one that Verlender discovered. And again...
Not that one. The other one.
What other one?
Now that
show
she's
my ring.
pointed it out. Yeah, and now that Hakari's showing it.
Yes.
Verlender. What is Tarbella to you?
Tybella, what are you to me?
A thorn in your side.
That is a highly accurate statement. There you have it.
I'll shift back a little bit away from Tybella. Marcus. Her companion tried to kill Brylee.
And at this point, what am I going to get from a 22 on an insight check into Hakari's current state of mind and likely actions?
I am readying a defensive attack. It's pretty pronounced. It's just waiting. It is waiting. It's not at you. It's very clearly the alignment of my center line is pulled slightly off kilter from Tybella. If you want, I don't know what your martial capability would be, but it's clearly showing no assault line to you. You could easily stab me. I'm not posing you a threat. It's to Tybella.
Won't, but because it's to Tybella, with a sleight of hand roll of 21, 17, 21, I'm going to coat a dagger with the paralytic agent that Grommy was messing around with, and ready in action to toss that at Hakari if he draws on Tybella.
Marcus leans back at this news, grips the bottom of the kind of side of his shirt and kind of tugs it because he's not wearing any armor or a shirt, and leans back and says, Tybella, in a curiously known tone that he's used a couple of times now in front of the group, not in front of Tybella. It'd be wonderful if I could suggest you elaborate on the statement of you attacking Brylee. Suggestion spell, DC 15.
Okay.
Marcus.
Sorry, let me get a character sheet back up. Which I did close. What type of save, sorry?
It is a suggestion is a wisdom 15 saving throw, please.
And Tybella's seen an image of Brylee, right? Like you've conjured up
Oh, absolutely.
Brylee's image a number of times. Yeah.
That is a 25 that she rolls.
Yeah, sure.
So she saves. Does she know that this has been cast on her?
I'm pretty sure.
Verbal
she's,
somatic?
Yeah.
Yeah. You all expect this, because you all know Tybella enough now that you, like, are waiting. It's like waiting for a fucking volcano to explode. Like, you know it's coming, the rumblings are there. But then it doesn't. And she's just staring at Hakari. I didn't attack you.
No, but your friend did.
That was you?
Are we talking about the cobbled streets, the man daggers crossed over his heart?
You killed Caius.
I didn't kill him. He hurt my friend, and he paid the price. She did away with him. I would have if he harmed her.
She looks over at you, Marcus. Your friend, Brylee, killed mine. Caius wouldn't hurt a fly.
He tried to kill her. I saw the scar.
We were in hiding, Hakari.
Did someone pretend to be you?
No, not that I'm aware of.
You're a wizard, aren't you?
No.
Then maybe this is not the place. Is there a way for you to look at my memories? I will be honest. I would rather not fight if we can simply talk this out.
To break this moment as the consummate coward in the room, with very limited ability to defend myself or do anything particularly useful apart from imagine.
Get to the point, Marcus.
There seems to be an awful lot going on, and the tension in the room seems to be there's you may have killed a friend of ours, we may have killed a friend of yours. Over, and assuming the book is still where the book was, Marcus will pick up the book. This odd thing, which I've flipped through and doesn't seem to make a great deal of sense. It seems to be some sort of diary written by various people. It seems to be important. Can we get the hell out of this place?
Not until I have answers, Marcus.
Okay, well, what answers to what?
How much do you both know? Tell me more about this, Brylee.
I've told you quite a bit, Tybella. When we were at the Trout, I went through and showed you the letter that Brylee had sent me, and I also showed you these markings on the map that I remember, and I'm sure it's been a long day for you, but I'm going to reach into a pouch and pull something out that's not a weapon and show you these markings on the map. Marcus kind of rakes through a number of maps and then finds Brylee's thing and then says, here's all the markings on the map that Brylee left. We went through this some time ago, the Trout, and you seem to not know the book that I was referring to. These are the first I've seen the rings. I know Brylee had a ring, and I know you have a ring, and you've lost a friend from it.
Narcelia also had one of these rings before. tragically, she met her end. Chasing that very fucking book.
Has the book been put back down, or has Marcus got it in his hands?
Yeah, is Marcus just like holding this book up like,
Yeah.
way?
Marcus shows a great disregard for the book and just kind of drops it back onto the table. So Scarlet, you're closer to him because he's still standing reasonably close to you.
Yeah.
Just drops it on the book.
And
So
just like
Scarlet-
dropping a book, just really quickly, Tammy, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Connor, for dropping in for your raid. Hope your stream went well. It's
Great
so
segue.
weird. I didn't realize Lockie could play in 2 places at once. But hey, thanks.
That's skill, man.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a great stream. Scarlet, what are you doing?
Everyone's talking about this book, and we just did a thing to keep this book, and Rayla was after this book, and Scarlet knows nothing about what this book is, so Scarlet's going to pick up the book and start looking through it.
Okay, cool. Can you just make a straight up perception check for me?
Oh, you watch. This is
I
when
will let you do it at advantage if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Ooh. Ba-bang.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, she doesn't know what it is, so she's just going to start reading through it.
Good to know. It takes you some time to flip through this book. So
Yeah.
if it's okay, we'll come back to that as you're kind of taking this. It's not a book that you just like pour through and suddenly understand
No,
everything. You
it's-
understand based on looking at it that this is going to take a little bit of focus. And so you start to do so, kind of examining each page that you flip through, trying to kind of understand and make sense. It's like puzzle pieces kind of shifting in your mind.
And a lot of it will be stuff that's kind of beyond her knowledge of how things work.
Mm.
But she can still, even though she's got the low intelligence with what we've worked out, she understands what the words themselves mean. She just may not understand the concepts behind what the message means as a whole.
Verlender, what are you doing?
I would like to roll an insight check on what Hakari and Tybella have stated to each other. Just to
Yeah.
ascertain how truthful I think they're being to each other. Fuck off. That's really annoying. So Hakari,
For
that'll
Tybella, you can roll at advantage.
I love that. For
Yeah.
Hakari, that will be a 13. For Tybella, get fucked. That's a 15.
Hakari, I'll let you go first. How much? You're not lying.
There is a very clear use of words, and it's not crafted in any sense to be dishonest. It's if anything a persuasion of the truth, as bare as he can be in this moment.
And Tybella from 15.
You barely even need to roll insight because this is the most frazzled you have seen this person since meeting her. There is trauma, and it looks like someone who is literally trying not to cry in front of people and is just being as strong as humanly possible.
Or elfinly possible.
Yeah. Or drow, technically.
Do you mean you're actually letting me fucking read Tybella? That feels so special.
To be fair, almost anyone could at this point in time.
Verlender then will. I've got a really fun idea. I've got a poisoner's kit in my pack there. Now, hang on, don't get the wrong idea. What I can do, how about this? It's clear that both of you have things you'd like to say and would like to know. What if I was to whip up a little kind of truth serum for the both of you? We can sit down, we can have a little powwow conversation, tell each other the absolute and complete truth about our personal experiences, and we can move on from this situation, hopefully, before the entire palace guard descends on us to hold us accountable for crimes we did not commit, or before we have to run out of Agora with even more blood on our hands. And he'll look very pointedly at Hakari with that last statement.
I am not taking a truth serum. Not. There are things I don't want anyone to know, and it's not a lie. It's just I don't want anyone to take advantage of me not being able to.
Refrain, and I promise you, on all of the hatred in my heart for my parents, Tybella,
I prefer blood, Verlender.
that I will not allow the conversation to stray past whatever it is the two of you have going on here in your mutual past.
Like I said, I prefer blood.
I'll swear on blood if that's what you require.
She pulls out a dagger. She cuts her own hand and holds out her hand to yours.
Very almost cutting himself with the dagger that has the paralytic agent on it before then switching it out for a different dagger. He will cut his palm and make that little pact then.
Cool. You both shake bloody hands.
Perfect. All right, give me 3 minutes or so.
Hakari, what do you say when you watch
Hakari
this exchange?
I'll do what you need.
Scarlet is half checked out in the books, but she goes, if you two are going to take truth serum, it's kind of only fair if, like, everyone does.
No, I'm afraid I need to be able to guide the conversation away from the path that
You can still do that, having taken truth serum.
The truth is, Scarlet, I'm really curious about a lot of fucking things. So no, I'm afraid I'll be abstaining this time round.
And she shouldn't have to take it either.
Well, that's kind of beside the point then, isn't it?
But it's only fair.
If you
Fine,
want,
I've sworn in blood. It's okay.
If you want to join in the fun, Scarlet, you're absolutely welcome.
I don't lie.
But, Scarlet, I will charge you with being the one to keep him in line. How does that sound?
Okay. That's not the favour, though. That's separate.
No, that is not
Okay,
the favour.
yeah.
If you think I would waste the favour on that.
I don't know. I don't know what's important to you.
It's like you've stabbed her in the chest with a dagger. You see like this emotional wince on her face when you say that. And everyone hydrate, please. It's not Thursday, but we're still thirsty.
Oh yeah, really so thirsty.
Cool. You start whipping up a fucking truth serum. Jeez. Remember when I said that I didn't think you guys would rush out of this town? I was right.
When have we ever rushed to do anything?
It's not even 9 a.m.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's so fine. You don't know. Cool. Yeah.
Sorry, Jim.
No, keep going.
Hakari, this is a remarkably unusual turn of events. All I can say is that I am scared witless, but fascinated by every single moment of this. I am expecting, as Verlender has mentioned, guards to burst in and try and arrest us or kill us or frame us at some point in time. Scarlet and our very quiet Eladrin friend here at the moment is Delphine is obviously keeping guard and watching of things. She's both very, very good at dealing with interlopers that come through. If at any point, do you have any escape paths, any plans to run anywhere? Because we're probably going to do that. I would really like to leave the town as coincidences and events seem to be just continually piling up, that being in a local town, Verlender, makes me really kind of nervous that this is going to get worse and we need more answers elsewhere.
It's very fair. I've thought well and truly ahead of that, Marcus, and I have disguises for our little coterie prepared should we need it. And worst case scenario, Captain Daddy is at the ready at the docks. I feel we throw those on, scoot on down to the water, and get the fuck out of here back to Malia. Or Maluhia, even.
Oh
Right.
no!
You get into the rogue in the... No, that's Sunday night, dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to be smoother than that. No. Wow. Scarlet. As you are reading this book, you, with some form of celestial nature, tend to begin understanding some points, but it takes time. And it's not everything. There is one specific thing amongst all this discussion that catches your attention. And that is the mention of these very obsidian rings in this book. And that they predate the fall of Damada. Additionally, there is note that one of them has spells stored within them. Specifically, you read about one type of spell. You don't know what it does, and kind of as you start reading through that information, knowing that your arcana is not the greatest, there are things that you don't understand, but you are aware that the spell is called Temporal Bubble, and is an incredibly powerful spell.
Marcus, just while Verlender's doing whatever he's doing, have you heard of a spell called Temporal Bubble?
No. You have never heard of this spell before.
It sounds familiar, Scarlet. I just need a bit of time to just reconnect a little bit of research, but I'm sure I've come across it in my travels.
Because according to this book, one of these rings has it.
Marcus, this isn't the first time that you've heard of spells specifically being stored in things that aren't necessarily scrolls.
Marcus starts pulling out the notebooks, and in the notebooks there are pictures of rings of all shapes and sizes, of descriptions as he starts flicking through looking for a goose chase of a ring that may fit that description, DM.
You're looking for a ring of your own?
Marcus, I know what type of ring it is, but he's looking through to see if there's anything else that links to it, Emily.
No, you're good. What you would... If Scarlet, are you just like kind of showing the book to Marcus, or are you explaining it? Like, how is this happening?
She'll be showing it to him because
if that's
a lot of this stuff she doesn't understand.
Kind of like you're deciphering and Marcus is learning. You kind of start rifling Marcus, but instead, what Scarlet is kind of deciphering to you becomes more interesting, because I will send this spell to you.
Thank you.
And it is a level 9 spell. And it's pretty fucking powerful.
Sure.
Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Well, look forward to running that, counseling that in the next game. Should be fun, right?
Sure.
Scarlet, did you say, kind of looking over his shoulder while he's whipping up this paste-like material in a couple of clay bowls, Scarlet, did you say there were spells in those rings?
Well, this mentions one of them having a spell. I haven't read the whole thing to know if the others have spells in them.
Hey, newbie, give me my ring back, please.
I think he means you.
Verlender means that the circular ring that we
Yeah.
acquired.
It was
Hakari.
Brylee's ring, though, right? Wasn't it?
No, it's not Brylee's ring. This is one
It
we
looks similar.
discovered.
You don't know if it's
Okay.
exactly the same. Yeah.
It's not Brylee's ring.
And also,
I-
like, worth noting, the time since you have seen... Hey, Deetwenty, can you block your ears for a second, please? The time in which you have seen... The other two can know this because they don't have the stakes in this. But the time... the passage of time since you have seen Brylee, it's not like a year. You saw her, like, more like a couple of months ago.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, you're good, D.
All right.
Did you see the reflection of Emily's words in my eyes? I was trying to help you out.
Also worth noting, the last time you did see her, and this is okay for you to hear, D, she was wearing her ring.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. In which case, I won't be as cagey about it. I'll just hand it over.
Thank you. Pocket that again. Actually, we'll put it on. He's invested in these now.
I don't know where mine is.
It's
here somewhere.
These are a number of magical rings that I found in my collection. It may look like one of these. And Marcus, while you're just mixing your potions up, just slides a book over with a whole bunch of like images of rings and stuff like that.
So I presume that the passage that Scarlet was reading was written in Celestial, from what you were saying.
I'll also send you the spell, actually, Tammy, because you are deciphering it, so you would be able to read it.
Because Scarlet's just surprised, like, why is she needing to explain this to Marcus? Because it's just words, like, he can read them. She still doesn't know the difference yet.
But Marcus, you can't, like, read them. You're starting to pick up patterns because you are, like, you have been basically kind of low-key studying this language a little bit now. So you're starting to understand specific kind of letters and phrases here and there.
Scarlet, this isn't... Are you able to understand the writing here? Because I don't recognize, and I speak of multiple numbers of languages and as such. Do you recognize which language this is written in?
Well, I understand the words. So if you're telling me this isn't common, then it must be that stuff that Delphine said I could speak, I guess.
And Hakari, from where you're standing, Marcus kind of almost distractedly clicks his fingers. And these symbols appear in the air. Scarlet, these symbols here are written in a language of the ancients. Almost, one would say, ones with a celestial presence. Do you understand what these mean?
Do I understand what they mean?
It's a tough question because, again, it's like you 70% understand it. But there is an age to this specific kind of dialect of Celestial that you haven't encountered before.
So, you know how, like, you read Common and it's cool, but then you read Common of someone who's like 2 generations older than you, and the way their handwriting is, it's just a little bit different. It's kind of like oldie time words. It's running writing or cursive or whatever that we don't really use now. It's kind of like that. I kind of understand it, but it's like a really old person wrote a different version of it.
Thank you, Scarlet. Hakari, do you recognize these symbols by any chance?
No. Do I?
Great question. Can you make a history check for me, please?
I certainly can. That is a 7. No.
You don't recognize them.
No.
they just kind of look like scribbles to you. But there is a feeling you get looking at them that makes you feel slightly unwell.
Now,
with your training and balance, this doesn't feel like balance.
is there elements of primordial to their design at all?
Not sure.
Okay. There's something about them that just seems off. I don't understand the text or what it means, but it feels foul. Like imbalance.
Hikari, I won't upset you with the last symbol we have, but these seem to be linked to this book that, in all transparency, I have absolutely no idea about and not sure what the value is, but I find it wildly fascinating that everybody but Scarlet and myself have an inkling what this book is, and we're reading it. I mean, this is just simply wild. And I think Verlender's finished with his mixing piece. So this should be, it's not going to impair their fighting abilities, is it, Verlender?
Oh, it absolutely will while they're under the effect of it. But I have also made an antidote agent should we have to actually skedaddle a little bit quickly, just in case.
Okay.
I'm gonna be kind and not make you make any checks for this, Prometheus.
Great.
But you, Verlender, and Hakari, mostly Hakari, you would notice this because you are the subject of this. And that is that this entire time, it's almost like Tybella has not blinked. She is just looking at you and refusing to let you out of her sight. Verlender, you would see this every now and again when you're like between kind of putting stuff together, mixing various fucking liquids here and there. And for a moment, it's nice to know that someone else is the subject of this case.
Yeah. It feels real good.
Great. You finish up this truth fucking serum, you absolute prick.
Now, I'm afraid this might sting a little. It's going to have to be applied with this, and he'll kind of scrape a little bit onto the end of a dagger. Ask for a hand from Hakari to start with. Slice a little, just kind of wiggle it in the cut. Might sting a little, not enough to do even like a single hit point worth of damage though. And then turn to Tybella.
She's already got a cut, so she'll hold out her cut hand.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, my dear. Sympathy is a knife. And he'll wiggle around a little of this paste in her wound.
Fuck you. Great. Sweet. Can you tell me, is this something you've just pulled from fucking D&D Beyond or a book, or are you just like, are you just gaslighting them into thinking it's a truth serum? Like, what's the go here?
No, I have a poisonous kit, so
Okay,
I'm
great.
capable of creating poisons, and you have permitted me to create a truth serum.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, fuck it. Let's fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Tybella, for the first time, breaks her gaze from Hakari and looks at you and says, "Go on. Are you not the host?"
Entirely fair. I feel you should both take a seat on the floor.
I'll stand.
I promise you will want to take a seat.
I will stand, Verlender.
Very good.
I'll sit.
And I guess after maybe it won't take too long to kick in because Verlender is also one very aware of the possibility of danger from the castle and the situation with the Queen. Two, still quite legitimately freaking out about the possibility of a visitation from the Emerald Cloaks. So it'll be relatively fast acting, couple of minutes tops, and they'll feel the effects of it. And I guess Verlender will start with some leading conversations, probably to Tybella.
Who looks incredibly impatient.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think the first question when this starts kicking in, or when he thinks that it started kicking in, will be, how annoyed are you with yourself, Tybella, that you allowed yourself to go to sleep after committing to making sure that you would be watching me every moment of every day.
Not as annoyed that would make you satisfied.
Close enough. I think we're ready. All right, the two of you. Off you go. Question away.
I thought you were asking the questions.
No, you have questions for each other. I'm just here to make sure that those questions don't deviate from whatever this shared little situation the two of you have is.
Great, I'll start. This Brylee. What did she tell you about Caius? Everything.
She told me that a drow tried to cut her throat and left her with a scar. And that she was afraid of him. And that when we saw him in the streets, that she would not let him get away this time. And she was afraid of him.
Caius has never killed a single person.
I know. That's why Brylee's alive. My turn. Who was Caius? Tell me everything.
Caius was my partner.
Everything. What do you mean?
No, that's enough.
And
Straying a little bit far from the path, my
no,
friend.
it's fine. It's fine. He was very important to me. And we were part of a group called the Veil Keepers. Have you heard of them?
Have I heard of them?
Whoa. I will get you to make a history check at disadvantage.
For sure. Okay. So it was a nat 20. It was a great time. And then it was a 5.
Okay, great.
Cucked by the D20.
For a moment, like, you feel like you're onto something. And then you think about a lot of the knowledge of the things that you've learnt about through your travels and stuff came from Brylee. And you think about how sometimes she would just start talking about something and jump to another subject. And then it would just be like this whole like kind of knowledge tree of different things. And sometimes things got crossed and confused and you just can't really grasp the term the Veil Keepers.
Okay. I don't know them, honestly.
They were good people before they were all killed. And their entire purpose, if you must know everything, was to stop the gods from being able to walk amongst the mortal plane.
I think Hakari will hold Tybella's gaze for a moment. I am sorry for your loss. I mean it.
Caius would never have done the things you said.
I know Brylee. She may have got it wrong. But she was scared.
She may have got it wrong. And so you both hunted my friend down in the street.
No. He drew on us.
He drew on you.
On her, yes.
On her. Why would he do that?
I was protecting a friend.
Is Brylee still alive?
That's why I'm here. I haven't seen her in months. And then she made a promise that she would come back to me. She came looking for Marcus and the book. And if that's why we're all pulled together here in this room, then perhaps these gods that you mentioned have a weave of fate that is pulling us closer.
I don't believe in fate.
And I can trust you when you say that. Then why else would we all be here?
I don't know. But I would very much like to speak to your friend. Because she's very lucky that I wasn't there. Or I was. But not there when you actually killed him. But I did get to find his body. Thank you for that, by the way.
I believe in balance more than anything. And I feel I have perhaps done an injustice to you by what I thought was the right thing. How can I make this up to you?
Next time you hear from your friend, just let me know. That goes for you too, Marcus. You hear from Brylee, I'd like to know about it. Because I don't trust her one bit. You're muted.
Marcus looks up from standing next to Scarlet, and when she's standing, for a moment it appears he's distracted, and there is a trace of soot on Scarlet's wrist. And he goes, I very much understand, but I'm going to let you continue this conversation. Is there a sense of menace in that gesture, DM? From that, I will absolutely attempt to insight if she is.
Don't need to. She's
yeah,
under
I
the
gathered,
effects
but
of a truth potion.
Yeah.
And there is, like, not I'm going to hunt her down and kill her, but definitely malice. Like, there is venom to what she's saying.
Sorry, the insight was basically around. So I got that piece, but what Marcus is looking for is Tybella going to go to extra means to make sure she extracts information if she feels that it's not being forthcoming?
Oh, right. You know, it's interesting because you've all traveled with Tybella for a bit, and she is such a steel trap.
Yeah.
And no one has been good at reading her at all. Actually, Scarlet has probably gotten the closest to doing so. And has kind of almost broken through a little bit of vulnerability. And at the moment, there is a sense that she doesn't even know what she's gonna say next. Like, there is still kind of a facade there, but there is, like, deep frazzle and, like, shooketh nature.
So Marcus is just trying to work out how dangerous Tybella is in this moment of, on top of what we already know she's dangerous. She has a level of presence, but is that extra level of malevolence either towards Marcus or our very new companion that she will try to extract information when she feels we're withholding it? That's what I'm going for. That's what he was trying to do.
You don't get that vibe. You don't get that vibe.
All good. That was it.
You also, like, even from a physical standpoint, there is a lot of times where, like, you've been in cagey situations, and she's kind of always had hands on daggers ready in case something happens, and, like, she's not even close. Her hands are by her side. You kind of actually, and all of you would see this, like, there is an awkward, uncomfortable fidgeting that's happening specifically with her ring with no stone in it. Okay. Hakari, you would see that too.
Hey, DM. Do I recognize the name of Tarbell's
Caius?
partner? Caius? Do I recognize this name?
Make a history check for me.
Sure. 10.
It's a name.
Yeah.
Not really, to be honest.
Yeah.
That real sucks for you, sorry.
No, that's... Look,
The dice tell the story.
Tybella defeats me once again.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try being vulnerable to it, because that's how Scarlet almost got through.
Never.
Yeah.
Her first. Well, this little party is going to wear out very quickly. I'd give it maybe another minute or so. He says, looking at this weird freckle that's popped up on his wrist. Anything else either of you would like to say before we wrap this up?
I think I'm done.
I think I'm done.
Excellent. Well, Marcus, Scarlet, plans?
Scarlet will look up and she's got like the book in one hand and probably like a chunk of bread half in her mouth with what?
Well, your daddy is an option for a ride out of here, Scarlet.
Not really comfortable using that term since he's kind of not.
I'm fairly certain biological father qualifies, but the point being, Scarlet, darling, if we want to get the fuck out of Gora, it's certainly an option. But at the same time, I don't expect you to put yourself in a position you're uncomfortable being in. If you'd rather not.
I can be around him. I just don't think he's necessarily earned the title of...
Oh, fucking hard agree. He was given an opportunity to make your life much better, from my perspective anyway, and chose not to take it. He's a bit of a dick as far as I'm concerned, but he is offering a free ride.
So where do we want to go? Because that's the next question that will really
Marcus?
determine.
I'm all about this.
Where is it that we're going to? Can I just ask? What is the plan?
That's what I just asked. That's what I just asked.
No, but ultimately, where are we ending up?
So, again, you're going to like this, Tybella. Please don't stab me. We're going to go and find Brylee. She seems to be mapping many things and understand this book in the first place, just to get an understanding of what's going on. There is a lot going on here. The Queen is after us and we should move on. Brylee left 3 marks in Kaivala, and I would like to go there, but I'm just going to ask our very new friend and companion, is there any place you need to be now with a reason to either the damned book that Scarlet's currently reading through at the moment, these very peculiar rings, or the random attacks that we seem to be getting from, other people? Hakari, any particular location you need to be at now? Because I like to go north. South is good, but north is just seems to be drawing to me.
I will go anywhere that you think will help us find Brylee, first and foremost. And if I can help you out of the city, I do have a cart and a horse that's big enough to get 2 of you out of here. Maybe.
I think Verlender and myself have some excellently great diversions that we'll be creating within the city to throw off city guard and so forth. And I'm sure that other than Delphine, who is in full plate mail, but when she becomes more, woodlandy, for example, it will be less chinky, I should imagine, going through. So I think we'll be relatively stealthy. The less clanky sound that Delphine, lovely though it is, it's not very inconspicuous. She's got a way of nature. But north would be a good way. We could either use the ship to do that. I was going to engage a group of actors to basically spread a couple of words. And back to Verlender's very wonderful point earlier on, we have been kind of accused of regicide, and I'd like to reimagine that narrative quickly and effectively, while buying a couple of things while exiting the city very, very quickly.
I am not wanted in the city. So what if I went and
Yet.
purchased? That's a good point. That's a good point. Look, if I leave here, you give me a list of what you need bought. I have enough gold to perhaps get some of the items for you, and I can meet you somewhere.
We've got gold to cover our stuff. That's fine.
Yep. Again, happy to assist with gold and platinum and so forth.
Okay.
Scarlet, I can't believe that I have to be the one to tell you this. It seems quite counterintuitive. Never, and I mean ever, look a sugar daddy in the mouth.
Yeah, but that's Marcus.
Well, eventually that well's going to run dry. If there's another source of...
Okay. So did you not hear my father on the ship in that my family is fucking loaded? So I can just get more money whenever I want.
Estranged family.
You're one
Scarlet,
to talk.
If we're heading that
who is your
way,
family?
then, you know, we can take some money while we're there.
Yes, Scarlet. Tell our new friend who your family is.
Why? No one else here knew them.
Well, he's asking. And since we're all in the shadow of honesty, why not?
Well, I did say I don't lie, so fair enough. Do you know Kaivala very much?
I've read a lot of books.
Okay,
And scrolls.
so do you know the Bell family?
Do I know
Very,
the Bell family?
very briefly, you have definitely heard their name before. They're incredibly wealthy and somewhat influential as well. You've never dealt with them specifically, and you don't know the specifics of it, but like there is a recognition to that name.
And you are officially the first character that's actually asked about her family and if they know them.
Hey, not true. I think I genuinely
you
asked
asked
if
if
there's a
you'd killed her
possibility
mother.
that I'd assassinated you. Yeah.
On a technicality, he asked about them. Just what the interaction was.
Wow.
Their influence is something I've heard of, but I'm not familiar.
Most of
Have I heard of them, Emily?
Yeah, from Scarlet.
Yeah.
No, while I was gallivanting around in Kaivala specifically.
Yes.
Excellent. Anything specific?
Very similar.
Okay.
Influence.
Associated or not with the secret mine that I found?
Not.
Okay, cool.
Wow. I found a secret mine.
No,
Just advertise it. Go for it.
Yeah, just advertise it. It's fine. I mean, most of them are pretty, well, they're dicks. Except for my little sister. She's okay.
Another fabulous reason to go north.
So we can kill my grandparents and take their money.
Great story. Right people to do that sort of thing. Let's just not say that in front of Delphine. Delphine, ignore that bit. It was more a theatrical piece that she was talking to.
No, because Delphine was there and I explained it to her that if my grandparents are going around assassinating people just because they're descended from Celestials, then they should also be revenged.
Hakari, this is so wild to you. Like
It's, you know, because she's all for the spirits, then they're massively good. That if my grandparents are killing people who are descended from the spirits, then she should use her vengeance on my grandparents.
And Hakari, a thing that you find interesting about this conversation is specifically like descended from Celestials is not a thing that you've heard of before. As someone who like has been so diligent in the balance of things, the imbalance of a celestial bloodline to like literal non-gods or like anyone that walks the fucking earth of Damata, it feels a bit skewed.
Could I roll some kind of check. I'd assume perhaps it would be maybe religion. I'm descended. This is inner monologue, by the way. I'm descended from. I'm influenced by the elements. I'm a genasi.
Yeah.
Would that be adjacent in terms of how my birth came around?
Let's make a religion check for that.
Cool. Natural 15 with a plus 0, so 15.
It's not that you're thinking from actual knowledge of the thing, right? It's more that you're kind of taking dots and connecting the dots. And to you, it feels very much like it could be an adjacent thing.
Okay.
Celestial, though, is something that it's not like it's more rare or anything like that, but it just feels a little bit more divine in nature, where it feels like shouldn't be a thing.
Okay. I'll take that in. I won't do anything with it at this moment, but I'll take it in. I'll sort of smile and nod and acknowledge the story that is currently unfolding in this room.
Yeah, cool. As you're all kind of standing there looking amongst each other, Tybella rolls her eyes and says, "So are we going to take the little boy's cart, or are we going to go on Daddy's boat?"
Or were we taking the cart to the boat?
Why would we take a cart to the boat when we can just take the cart straight to Kaivala?
Small cart doesn't really work. Was going to suggest that we come up with something a little bit more, speedy and safe. So I think we don't need the cart, but not a big fan of discomfort in the way up to Kaivala. Lots of bumps in the road.
Excellent. So sell the cart, buy some cool shit, take a boat to Kaivala.
Yes, or get a boat from a boat. I mean, I'm sure the individual that is, look, very good at this, Tybella. I've evaded many people, mainly creditors and other confused, litigators. There's plenty of paths here, and between Verlender and myself, we'll easily get passageway through.
Are
So
you
we
lying?
need to get to docks.
Are you lying? When have you evaded anyone, you obvious fuck?
One's an artist. I'm surrounded by people of celestial heritage and whatever else. My poor human heritage means that I have to somehow, lie frequently to just inflate my own terrible
lie, but when have you ever been sneaky?
Silence, DM. Calling me to account on a stream.
You did an entire bait and switch thing with the book to
That's
Rayala.
true, actually. Do you know what? That's
Yeah.
true. I bite my tongue.
But yes, the idea was we pick up a couple of items quickly in town before we're nationally hunted. We sail out because the boat's about to go to Malahir. They think we'll go to Malahir. We'll go to Kaivala. Throws the track off amazingly well.
Is this... Okay, I have a really simple solution to this.
Sure.
Give me 3 minutes. And she makes her way towards the door and makes her way downstairs into the tavern. You don't know where she's gone.
So, okay. Are we trying to dress under the radar? Are we trying to dress in plain sight? How are we trying to dress?
Disguises. I've made a selection.
By the way, Delphine is standing there in a mask with her hood up.
I think Delphine's mostly covered at this stage. Look absolutely wonderful, darling. But no, I've made some outfits. This is the key to pulling off a good disguise is in your stride. What I want you to concentrate on when you're wearing these is not how you look at all, but how you walk, the way you hold yourself. Change that even the tiniest little bit. Entirely unrecognizable.
You have seen the difference between how I walk as Scarlet versus how I walk as me? Like, do you mean that?
You'll be a natural.
Okay.
Somewhere in between, perhaps.
Okay. So not my own clothes. Like, are you saying we're like...
Verlender's like full on gone through his disguise kit, ripped up a few bits and pieces of stuff to kind of put together. It's not great. Like, it's peasantry material. It is purely blending in with the mass population type garb that he's thrown together.
And Scarlet, I did 2 whole weeks of acting and thespian training.
Marcus, no.
So just quick question. Does Verlender actually have women's clothes in there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. How many outfits does
You don't
he
even know the
normally
half
carry
of his
around?
fucking alias list yet.
How many, like, how big is your garment bag? I thought Scarlet's garment bag would have been huge.
You don't know.
Okay,
Hakari.
so peasant clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he'll like bring out some kind of makeup and clays and stuff and just mess around real subtly with everyone's actual facial features. Just a little bit, enough to disguise them properly.
So you're playing Barbie Dreamhouse. Go on, D.
Hikari, the other advantage of being on the sea rather than the road is less likely to be ambushed. Pirates, exciting, krakens, terrifying. But you might get a bit of time to look through this book that you have an interest to, just to give us a bit of time to, safely go through it. And I expect us to be hunted, and land and against the sea. I think the lands gives us at least a little bit more time to do things, and I have a couple of other tricks up my sleeve ready to go, which will annoy Rayella, Queen Rayella, I should probably say. But anyway, come with us, Hakari. It'll be different.
I'll come with you. That's not a problem. Do you want me to go and pick up your items for you while you're preparing?
Marvelous if you could. And Marcus has already got a list of things, and he just kind of pops it over and says, "There we go. This would be incredible." Verlender, where do you want him to meet us? At the docks? Somewhere else? Somewhere more, roady.
I think the docks makes perfect sense. You and I can slip out and spread a few more rumors, and perhaps if we're incredibly lucky, Queen Rayella won't be an actual thing because she'll be in manacles by the time we leave or return.
You hear at this the clearing of Tybella's throat as she returns, with Mila by her side. Mila is looking incredibly intimidated as she looks into this room full of people. She kind of shuffles on and shifts her weight on her feet.
Come in.
She doesn't.
Okay.
Or at least she tries not to, and then Tybella goes, "Go on," and just gives her kind of a little gentle shove. It's not like she's shoving her into the room. It's just kind of like a guide into the room.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Go on, tell them." And Mila looks at you all and then at Tybella and back at you all, and she says, "So I was going to the Seven Cats Bakery this morning after, you guys had breakfast and I needed to get some stuff for lunch." Tybella looks at her and says, "Skip that part." And she goes, and, I went past the castle on the way. No one said anything about the Queen being dead. There's, last time royalty died in Agora, the flag hung at half-mast, and there were guards everywhere. There's none of that.
Do we think Rayella's just pretending to be the queen?
Seems the obvious reason to keep it under the radar.
I mean, Scarlet. I mean, this is more the conversation you seem to have, Rayla. You know, when she came into the room disheveled, do you think she was with the now deceased husband? Is she that type of woman? Do you think?
I don't know what type of woman she is.
No, that's a shame. I was looking for scuttlebutt gossip because it makes a great story if it was.
I mean, I know that she was passed over for the younger sister to go into Queen. I just presumed that because everyone's anti-magic, that there was perhaps something like that, especially when she just teleported after the fight that she met me at. When the authorities came. So I just presumed that she was overlooked for magic, but if she's got magic, then maybe she can make herself look very different. So I don't know.
Hey, DM.
Mm.
I'm not Verlender.
You're not
is
Verlender?
I'm not, surprisingly.
Weird.
Verlender's not unfamiliar with overly complicated bullshit political
Wait, what?
machinations.
Great. Are you telling me, or is this a question?
No, that's a fact. The question is, would Verlender be familiar with some kind of similar political play, either historically or being able to kind of piece together what potentially Rayella's play is, given there doesn't seem to be a lot of noise about the Queen's actual death?
Yeah, you would. You couldn't pinpoint a specific one. Like, this is all kind of theorizing at this point. Number one, it could just be strategic that she's keeping this quiet. Maybe she doesn't want Agora to panic at the thought of the Queen being dead, or wants to release it on her terms, sort of thing. Number two, Queen might not be dead. You never saw her body. Number three, maybe the Queen is dead, but for some reason Rayella isn't Queen. Those are kind of the three things that you can immediately think of.
Yeah. Well, regardless of what the circumstances are around Rayella's plans, there's no need for us to be around here anymore, is there? I'm fairly certain what most of us currently desire awaits for us in Kybella.
Can I go now? Mila says.
Mila, please do.
She leaves. Tybella looks at all of you. I'm going to be quite honest. I don't want to waste my time traversing back through Mali here when we can just go straight to Kaivala.
We weren't planning to go to Malahir. We were going to divert the ship straight up, so it saves us all the walking. We want to set a trail
It takes
to basically
2 days, Marcus. Are you truly that lazy?
I'm less likely to be hunted and killed or if someone thinks we're going by boat. So we sail out for a bit, then get a boat back in, and then go straight up Tybella. I know you think I'm a deranged idiot, but I do have a great level of self-preservation.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. I know nothing about self-preservation. Correct, yes. Listen, we can do whatever you want, but that's going to take longer. I'm telling you.
Perfect opportunity for us to all get to know each other a little bit more.
I'm not sure Hakari would want to get to know all of you. You're all very, very, very annoying.
They made okay first impressions. I fear I may not have made the best, but it'll be interesting to say the least. And I kind of agree with Marcus on this one. If it's closer to a familiar element.
Well, I guess we have our decision then, don't we?
Marvelous.
You all kind of start to get some shit together. Hakari.
Yes.
It's really weird because as you're starting to gather your things together, kind of mulling over the information that has played out before you. Accusations, lots of different shit going down. And also, you've just met these people and they've like fed you a fucking truth serum. And like questioned you like
Stabbed
you're
you
a
a
criminal.
tooth serum. Sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't feed
Rubbed
it.
a
It was-
blade in my hand.
Yeah.
Just like it's not what you expected to encounter. You were just trying to find a book for your friend, who this friend had told you that they were looking for the book to try and find Marcus, because from the story Brylee told you, Marcus was the one that disappeared, not her. And then you think back to a moment of vulnerability with Brylee, where you saw her at her most vulnerable. And you remember there was this image that she projected. And as you kind of look over each of your party members, you remember that she changed her form into Verlender. And we're going to leave the session there for this evening.
You fucking what?
Scarlet, please keep that check written down. You're going to need that at the start of the next session.
Incredible.
Hey, thank you so much, guys.
Hey, hi.
I appreciate it. Wow, what a session. Hey, we're going to do the thing that we do, which is we're going to go around and find out everyone's favorite moments from this evening, going just in overlay order because it's the easiest thing for my brain to do. Starting with Promethean. What was your favorite moment, buddy?
I'm gonna say it was the cutaway into the flashback, specifically because I know how much you've been busting your ass on putting those things together, and it makes me really happy that you got a chance to drop that in. So to get the payoff for that. So well done. It worked really well. It was a really nice, cool little thing that you did there. Good job. Other than that, welcome, Lockie. I fucking love like new players and like the moment of integration, like figuring out how a new kind of entity in the thing is gonna integrate with the group is always super cool. And it was really fun.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Delphine's favorite moment was putting on a mask and and hiding for the entire session. Ash, settle the fuck down, okay? Can you please calm down in the chat? Fuck. Deetwenty, what was your favorite moment? I say that with love, by the way, Ash.
Yeah, many points. I think the great one was what I really like this bit is Scarlet's actually been able to see all the things that Tammy has already worked out all the way through. So there's a point. There was some great role play.
Notoriously terrible at perception and
Watching that
investigation checks.
moment and watching her go, haha, now Scarlet knows is truly beautiful to do that. So, and again, I think the other cheeky thing was Verlender finally getting a one-up on our very, very lovely, very, very angry drow friend.
One-up.
Small one-up.
More than that.
Yeah, great. Hey, Lockie, welcome in. Sorry to put you on the spot, buddy. What was your favorite moment this evening?
Look, first off, thanks for having me. This was a blast.
Well, you're here permanently now, so sorry about it.
Yeah. I think my favorite, I'm gonna say, I did love the cutaway. That whole session, that session 0, all was amazing.
So much more to play.
Just you fucking wait.
No.
I also loved the Ass Crack book drop was pretty cool. I like that. And then getting my palm cut open was pretty tight. I enjoyed that.
Hot.
And I'll add a third one in there is learning about Scarlet's family. It was nice for someone to finally ask her about that.
Yes, it was. Thank you. Thank you. It's only been 12 months, but you know.
This is our first session.
Perfect contribution to the group, immediately throwing shade at the other players
Yeah, I
on
love
Scarlet's
it.
behalf.
Beautiful.
I'm a big fan of that. That's great.
Hey, certainly not least, but absolutely last, Tammy.
So I was actually going to say that a character finally asked if they knew about my background.
Yeah.
But also, can I just say congrats to D20 for just having shit organized. So it's like, oh, these symbols appear.
I know. It was beautiful.
Like D20's like back on top of his game, and I'm loving it.
He was on a fucking walking pad before the session started. Just walking around, like living his best life. Shit.
You said we might walk to Kaivala, and I was ready, DM. That's all I can say. That's why I want to take a boat. That's why I'm resting at the moment.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. Love that for you. Hey, I love you all very dearly, and so should the people. So we're gonna go back around once more and just shout ourselves out real quickly.
What was your favorite moment first, before you even attempt that?
My favorite moment was literally just watching everyone like Cog's turn. It's not a specific moment, but just watching people start to like, well, not start, but like there's some stuff I've been throwing out for a while, and just like there's not been any form of obvious piecing together of the things. So watching it start to happen was really nice. Yeah, anyway, fuck me, I guess. Promethean, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
You literally just gave it away. I'm Promethean. There you go. Emily spoiled it for everyone. I hope you feel good about that.
I do.
I am Promethean. You can find me never able to finish Space Marine 2 ever, because I'm stuck in the final fucking boss battle. I'm never going to be able to defeat the motherfucker over on the channel. You'll also find me rolling dice a bunch of times here with Meeples and Dragons for the Radiant Shadows campaign over there. And over on the Lawrites doing an assortment of things, most immediately on Sunday night, running my little baby campaign, Sword of the Skulls.
Love
The
that.
end.
Hey, D, could you please pretend to be Salt? And shout out Salt.
Absolutely. The incredible and the amazing Salt is normally on the Lawrites channel with the remarkable and again phenomenally generous Ash Make Stuff that's currently in chat and abusing a bunch of our DMs in play at the same point in time. A wonderful human being and someone you should watch with an infectious laugh and a sense of the ridiculous around smut, which still don't really understand, but she's playing a paladin, so let's leave it there.
What? What does that have to do with anything?
She reads smut all the time. It's the most strange thing. The woman literally can just create smut as she speaks. It's amazing.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Hey, could you shout yourself out now, please?
Well, I'm me, and the remarkably generous DM that is Emily is the only one that's has committed enough crimes in a former life to have me as a player on a stream. So you're very welcome.
Wow. What the fuck? Okay, great. Hey, someone that I think respects me a little bit more, maybe. Who knows? Lockie, who are you? Where can we find you?
I respect you, dude. What's good? My name's Lockie. I'm from the MimicsDen. You can find us over on Instagram. We are about to put out our first season of the podcast at the end of March. It's called Tales from the Luckweaver's Tavern, where I do a bunch of dumb voices. And Cloud Kill Connor will be there, along with some other new start players. You can find all our links on Instagram. They're in the tree, as I've coined the phrase. Some people say it, but I'm going to bring it here. And this has been a blast. I've very much enjoyed it. I'm gonna come back next time.
Whoa, crazy.
Whoa.
Hey, Tammy, who are you? Where can we find you?
I'm Tulare79. You can find me here. You can find me at various other places as well. And if you want to see a bunch of stitching, you can also find me on predominantly Blue Skies, where I post most of my non-gaming stuff at the moment, because I am a nerd that does nanocraft.
I fucking
Nanocraft nerd.
Yeah.
Hey, last and certainly least, my name is Emily. I am the producer here, apparent GM, and usually the chief executive Thirstmaster, but that title's very recently been abolished.
Correct.
And for that reason, I don't like to be prey, but I do like to be around Promethean. There's a 0 in it. We're gonna go and raid the Eldritch Scribe. So please stick around for the raid. Hang out. We're going a bit jonky anyway because I'm starting the raid, so love that for us. Hey, hang out. Everyone look really cute and wave.
Hey, hope you had fun. We had fun.
Wait,
Love you all.
Hey,
Alright,
hope
go
you
ahead.
had fun.
Gonna have